to the Cards and Comic Show. Welcome back to Cards and Comics. Hey guys, it's a great day because I get to talk about cards with you guys. I'm going to show off some new cards I just picked up, and it's a really eclectic mix of cards, which is how I like to collect, so let's get into it. Hope you're having a good week. It is the weekend here, and I'm in love with the weather because it's a lot like Christmas right now, and we're getting some snow, which I do like. And we got the tree in the house, and it's looking awesome. And it's that time of year. So, all right, we'll start here with the first thing here. And this is a Bombshell Sketch. And I don't know what I'm doing buying sketches because they never financially are a good investment. However, I will say this is this is a really cool one. I like all of the ones that have them playing sports, or they always have these baseball covers. Now, this is cool because this is Nathan Zerdy, and Nathan Zerdy in the comic book world is a pretty popular comic book cover artist. He does a lot of sexy girl covers, and it's cool to have some original art from Nathan Zerdy. And I'm not sure he's still doing this because, Bombshells came out, and, I want to say 17, 18 time period. So I'm looking for the actual year here, and I don't see it. So yeah, but yeah, these are I think kind of from the time period where he wasn't as famous as he is now. And I'm not saying he's like Jock or like he's not even Jimmy Frizon famous yet, but he's got some following and he's very popular. And if you go to like Comics Elite, you'll see a lot of his covers there. So cool to get a Nathan Zerdy and of a pose I like, which is these sports related poses. So there you go. First one up. Now next up is two cards that I kind of showed off in my 2001 Topps box opening, which I may have already posted or maybe not, but that's coming if I haven't posted, or hopefully you watch it if I did post it. But I really like this set, and I'm really looking at maybe pulling the trigger on a Hank Aaron. And these cards are extremely rare to get. I mean, they're like 1 in every 14 boxes. And there's a ton of dinks on this list. I mean, tons of, Luis Montana's on this list. But there's tons of good players too. Now, I had one already, and my one I had already is this guy, Adrian Gonzalez. And this was a huge card for him because it's a real early autograph when he was really hot. Of course, he cooled off, and now it's a $20 or $30 card, but Dick Grote, big Pirate fan, and so he won MVP for people who don't know in 1960 when the Pirates won the World Series. And Luis Montanez is just a player that played at one point. Now, next up is this Legends. I think 1999. I always get the years mixed up, but Upper Deck Legends, just awesome set. I'm, slowly buying the cards in this set, and I'm kind of just going back and buying all the products that I never bought this product. I've never opened a box of it, but I love this product, and I love the autographs in the set. And, Johnny Bench is such a stud, and great player, and, very excited, man. This is cool. I don't have many bench autos. In fact, this might be my first one. So great one to get, again, putting together these 90s and early 2000 autograph sets is where it's at, and I love like the other sets I wrote, like the exquisite patch autos from the late 90s, early 2000s are also really awesome to get to. Now, next up, so hopefully you watched my Griffey refractor video, which took me a long time to put together. But, I saw this for sale, and it's an 8.5. So, I guess for you investment guys, this isn't a good grade. But this is a Bowman's Best International Refractor. And the cool thing about this is not the preview refractor. This is just the first card of the set, but it's in the set. These are really tough. And if you saw that video on Griffey, you'll realize that Griffey, who's the most popular 90s insert for people to collect, and then with Jeter being number 2, Thomas is pretty popular, but definitely below. And so this card has a pretty low pop count. And, most of these cards like this are sub 50 total pop with let's say 10 PSA 10s, So, these cards are all pretty rare. And look how shiny this thing is. It's just a beautiful card. And this thing cost me, I want to say less than $40. So again, as my collecting habits have gone from buying these just super high-end vintage cards to other sets and eras, this is definitely one I can afford to get into. And this is like literally the second best player of the 90s. And one of my next videos is, so if you've seen some, I do videos like I could compare two players that from the same era and kind of compare them from a statistic standpoint and then card value standpoint, and trying to find value in players who are statistically superior but cost wise are less. I did like Tom Seaver versus Nolan Ryan. I'm going to do Griffey versus Thomas, and I'm just going to do the stats analysis, and I'm going to do this card analysis for price wise, and I think we're going to see that Frank Thomas is pretty undervalued outside of his no name on front rookie card. So we'll see. Now, next up is 95 Bowman's Best Griffey Refractor. Now, this card, because it's fresh on my mind, has a pretty high pop count, but a very low PSA 10. I think it's got one PSA 10 and 69 cards total graded. So I picked this up, and this is my second 95 Bowman's Best card. My other card is raw. So I probably should get that one graded. Get that pop count up to 70. But now this card is off center. It's hard, maybe you can see it, but you can see the border here, thinner than the border here. So this card is off center. This is what kills most 90s Griffey's refractors, is they're off center. The 95 Finest is another one that's tremendously off center most of the time. And that card is a low pop as well. Now, I've said it in some of the videos, I don't want to get doubles of my Griffey cards anymore because, I don't want to just keep accumulating more and more of the same card. However, this card is beautiful and I love it, and I have no self-control.
I have no self-control and I hate myself. Is that what you want to hear?
And that's why I bought it. So, I want to not collect doubles, but then I collect doubles. So yeah, I have very little self-control on buying cards like this because I just think all 90s Griffey refractors are amazing. Now, this is an interesting card. Now, this was, again, a card that I bought well over a month ago. It took the guy forever to ship. I ended up having to open a complaint on eBay, and he finally shipped the card after a month, and I received it. So what I love about it is it screams 90s. Like, this is how cards used to come in the mail 90% of the time back when you bought it off eBay in the mid 90s. It's the gold press proof. I think they say there's like less than 400 of these made. They're not numbered, so it's always killed the value for these. They have a stated print run, but they're not numbered. But it's a cool looking card, but just how epically old that holder is. So I'm hoping when I pop this thing out of here, it is recessed, so hopefully I won't see paper loss, but it's always a chance. But it's a cool card, and I'm kind of glad I have it and I didn't get a refund. Next up is just a weirdo set. So this I never even saw the set until I was looking through Griffey and Jeter cards on eBay, and I saw this aficionado from '96. This is right when I was in school, so I missed it. The cards look a little weird to me. It's kind of like this foil face photo, and then you got a normal photo next to it. I want to bust a box just to experience it, but I don't know if it's ugly or kind of cool. I don't know, but I saw it and I had to have it. Now, next up is some vintage, and I finally got a few cool vintage cards. Now, spoiler alert, I'm going to have a massive vintage opening. Well, massive for me because I haven't had some really good vintage in a while, and I've got some coming in, all from one set. And I got a few other vintage cards coming in as well, so the vintage is ramping up, baby. I'm getting some cool vintage cards. Now, this one is a cool card. It's Hank Bauer, but I complained that I need 1950s cards because I've focused so much on the 60s and 70s lately because that's what's available. So this is a 1950 Hank Bauer PSA 7, and it's a cool card. Now, what's coming in next is not 50s. So, I say I need it 50s cards, but, again, self-control, very low. But the cards I have coming are really nice, so I'm excited. But this is a cool card, not a Hall of Famer, but a Yankee and a popular Yankee. All Yankees from the 40s and 50s sell really well, and I just love the 1950 Bowman cards. And the Jackie Robinson in this set is just taken off, man. It's gone nuclear. All right, next up. So I didn't stay in the 50s, but this is the 40s card. And for you Hall of Fame rookie collectors, this is Early Win. He's a Hall of Famer, and this is Early Win's rookie. Now, this card is super sharp. It's off center. I get it. It's a 7. But how clean it is, color, border. It's got a perfect image, and it's very focused. The 49 Bowman set can be tremendously out of focus or have tons of print dots. And this card is immaculate. It is a really, really nice card. I appreciate it because on both the right and left edges, you can see a rough cut. And that is a factory rough cut. So this card doesn't appear to be trimmed. It's got an angle cut on top. Very common for this issue. So this card does not look altered at all. It's a great looking card. So Hall of Fame rookie card from the 40s. There you go. I haven't had one of those in forever. I'll have a comic book update. I just did a box break. So I'm trying to just post a little bit more often, splitting the content up. So for people who just want to look at certain things, I'm going to make it easier for you. And love it. I'm very excited. I haven't had a Hall of Fame rookie card this old and forever, and it's awesome. I think the last one I got that was this old was the 48 Bowman Sam Usual. Right now, if you can swing it, it's a time to buy because things have slowed way down and some of the vintage stuff is popping up as people need some money, and it's a good time to buy. So that's my advice. It's a good time to buy if you can swing it. I'm picking up a lot more cards than I have in a long time. Cards at VCP or under, and that's been a while since some great Hall of Famers came up in good condition like that. So it's a good time to buy if you can, and if not, I'll see you when you resume back after the holidays. But I'm going to be posting throughout the holidays because I love it. And I love talking to you guys, and I'll talk to you next time pretty soon. All right, see ya. Bye.